Good morning, good morning. What's up, Evis? What's up, E? What's up, Daffy? What's up, Breaking Levels? Hopefully everyone's safe out there. Yeah, especially with anybody around Florida. Hopefully you guys stay safe. I'm just gonna start charting. Well, that was pretty simple. Safe, thanks. Just rain, a little windy. Okay, good. That's kind of like how it is here when I get a hurricane. I'm not in Galveston, but I'm up shore enough to where it's like if a bad hurricane does hit, the most I get is like really bad rain or really bad wind. Hopefully it's nothing past that. Yeah, that is good to hear. Like E said, that is good to hear. What hurricane category did that even turn out to be? The GDP growth rate came in lower than expected, by the way. Which, again, that doesn't mean we have to dump. That is bad news, but it doesn't mean that we have to dump. The bigger thing people are going to be waiting on is the PCE info that comes out tomorrow. Today's info was good, but it wasn't the nail in the coffin. See, but they keep reporting it in such weird ways. It looks so positive. So here it is. The ADP employment change showed 177,000 jobs were added in August, following a revised count of 371,000 in July, which both of those are down from their previous numbers. Quarter two GDP increased at an annual rate of 2.1% in the second estimate. Consensus was about 2.4%, down from 2.4% in the preliminary estimate. The quarter two GDP price deflator dropped to 2% in the second estimate from 2.2% in the preliminary estimate. The goods trade deficit widened to $91.2 billion. July was a revised deficit of $88.8 billion. Retail inventories rose by 0.3%. Wholesale inventories fell by 0.1%. Okay. So yeah, like nothing super crazy in either direction. But yeah, all that news is bearish though. All that news, all those failed. August 31st, which is tomorrow, that is when your PCE month-over-month numbers coming out, as well as the consumer spending month-over-month, which a lot of the time here recently, over the past, I'd say most of this year actually, your month-over-month is a little bit more important than your quarter-over-quarter because they're trying to get a closer short-term look, and then you go out to that quarter-over-quarter. So it's probably just because we didn't get everything out today that you're not going to probably move a lot. I would assume that just based on the logical fact we didn't receive every bit of the news today is why we're probably not going to get crazy movement in either direction. We might get a small good move to the upside or downside from those good levels we just posted, but that doesn't mean we're going to get huge massive moves. Plus, look at what we just did yesterday. You know, worst thing I see us doing today is pushing up to 450, 450, 150, rejecting, and then staying in that yellow area, or just slightly poking out of it. Or, you know, maybe we just close green out of it, or just sit inside of that yellow. But either way, I most likely assume that we're going to finish between here today. just because of that simple fact, just because not everything was released today. A lot of the more important numbers come out tomorrow. Like I said, your PCE price index year over year, your month over month, your spending month over month, your jobless claims come out, and then you get your year over year PCE numbers as well. So a lot of really big numbers coming out tomorrow. And regardless of if you understand what I'm saying or not, it's just really important information is coming out. And not all of it came out today. So I just wanted to make that clear. So we're probably not going to see crazy movement today. But regardless of that fact, it's still nice to know, what levels to look out for today. Still make a plan for upside, downside, sideways. Doesn't matter what your opinion or bias is. Doesn't matter if I think we're going to move or not. None of that matters. Still plan. Still go over what's going to possibly happen like we're doing here. We think, we're probably going to finish, somewhere in here or outside of 450, 150 or reject down here. At least we know what's ahead of us. Go down to your smaller time frames, mark down, okay, we already have our supply and demand from previous day. What are we really looking out for, though, for an initial break? Well, it'd be pre-market low and the previous day, pretty much where they hit in extended hours, actually. But that is a bigger time frame level that does not come from right there. So basically looking over 450.25 or a break under 448.30. So we can get a break or any retest short term, again, where you get your 3-bar plays, your single candle retest, your midterm plays, your midterm retest where, let's say, price drops from here, makes it down to here, then gets their first slowdown. That's when you draw your fib, and then you look for any kind of retest that rejects that golden pocket or control point area. That's what we're looking for. So you're either looking for that, or you get the full term retest where they, give you that drop and they come all the way back, and then you get some better candles to start appearing, and then you can start to take it more. But initial breakout levels 450.25, 448.30. That's pretty simple, pretty clear cut. This is what I typed as of Sunday. This was for the weekly scenarios video, and then this is what I typed yesterday right at the market close. We typed this out on the live stream yesterday on Kick. If you caught my 2-hour Kick live stream end of day yesterday, we had Devin in the Discord yesterday morning. He was there for a few hours, and then I was in the Kick live stream at the end of the day to give everybody a review. But this is what was typed up, so make sure you read through that. This is kind of a story. I want to try to do this more like this now, where it kind of has what I typed out beforehand, and then we'll kind of update it here and there as we see fit. It won't always be at Tuesday at market close I get that second update. It might not be till Wednesday. It might be Monday afternoon that I'm updating it. You never know. But we'll leave that there. Here's our SPY intraday plan, like I just said, looking past the pretty much the previous day's extended hour high, but also the pre-market low. So pretty much looking past 450.25, 448.30 for breaks and retest. If you guys have any questions about the bigger or smaller time frames on SPY, let me know. I'm going to be moving on to Apple, though. If you'd like to go back and review what I did cover, it was only a couple minutes, so feel free to go back. I do need to make sure my sectors are cleaned up because I don't think I cleaned those up the other day. Okay, that doesn't need to be cleaned up. That does. I'm just going to clean it all up. Delete that. By the way, when I'm doing that, I'm just using the pan tool, and then I'm clicking the item, and I'm hitting delete on my keyboard, so it's deleting it quicker. I don't know if I've ever actually said that out loud or not, but it's a lot faster than right-clicking, removing. It's quickly, pretty instant. Good morning. How's it going? What's up, another ninja? Seems like everything is sitting at resistance today. Yeah, a lot of things are kind of at resistance or have surpassed them and are seeing if they can hold them. That's the majority of what the market's at. Yeah, I'd say you're right. But that's not always a bad thing. I would say this is the most beautiful extended hours I've seen in a minute. I love seeing not just them being up or down, but also flat. Seeing a flat pre-market in extended hours is amazing because it gives you a very clear view of what's the breakout levels. It's clearly right here and clearly right here. I didn't have to think about that for 5 seconds. It was instant, like bam, that's it. The power of the levels. How many times have you used the levels and gone over them yourself? It's a lot to look at. Real quick though, I'm gonna post my stuff in chat. I didn't even bother doing that yet. I'll go right here. Excuse me. Good morning though. How's everyone? Alright, well today I went ahead and posted it for literally everyone who's in the Discord, so if you guys have that information, feel free to go through it. Pretty much everything on stream and everything we just went through. Posted the chart for the smaller and the bigger so people have both. Normally I post this every morning in Reason Over Risk. I just wanted to post it for everyone today, just so everyone has it, because today could be really anything. Today could be any direction. Looks like daily updates just posted. Oh, that's not them. Oops. Feeling a little whooped today, gonna spend time just learning. Okay, that's totally fine, another ninja. And honestly, that's a very mature thing to say, because, you know, anytime you feel like, not even just whooped, you know, just tired, or feel like you just need to not take any trades, just need to refresh and kind of get it back into the swing of things of, you know, what do I need to look at when I am taking a real trade, you know, do that. There's definitely nothing wrong with, you know, taking a step back. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, because that's just slowing down. That's just you refreshing. Don't ever go backwards though. You know, don't ever go from, oh, I'm gonna jump into real trading quicker than I imagined, I'm not ready yet, but I'm just gonna try to learn on the go. And then you get into a real account, and then you blow that money, and then you're back in a paper account. You know, that's a massive blow to yourself and your confidence. It's not just the money thing. Like, you're not just losing money at that point. You're losing confidence. You're losing a lot of intrinsic value inside of yourself, right? But what I was going to get at is, if you know, go do that, that's a very bad thing, because you're not just losing money, you're losing confidence, you're losing the practice you've worked up to, compared to the other person. Let's say, like, example B, I guess. We'll have a person that's been just using the staircase method, just reviewing every day, didn't jump into a live account super early yet, and now after months and months and months of practice, they're just now potentially thinking of getting into a live account, right? And now, yeah, they've wasted more time, at least that's what you think, but they've let more time go by than example A, except this time, when they get into this real account and they take a loss, they're not going to have to go back to a paper account or a mental account. Guess what that person gets to do? Well, that's just a loss to them. They move on from it. They're taking another trade the next day, or whatever, you know, whatever the next opportunity is. But as you can see, though, it's not going to be... it's not going to be, oh, I took a hit, let me go back to trading to a fake account again. I need to practice again. You know, that was a bad loss. You shouldn't be able to take just one loss and then bam, you're reset. You should be able to take multiple losses over the course of many weeks and it still not affect you, you know, because you've worked up to the point mentally where it's just another trade. You know, it's like, whatever. You know, now you shouldn't just be throwing money into trades. Don't get me wrong. Don't just start losing to lose. But on good trades, losing them, yes, it's going to happen. Make sure to hit that like. So another ninja, What I was saying though, based on what you said though, is because a lot of people do that. A lot of people start out too quick, or don't practice anything, or don't practice, the right material, and then they get into things and they get hit once and then it's back to square one. You want to be able to get hit and not get knocked back to anything. That's how it should be. Yes, I do look at yields. I just don't look at them every day. It's not like a thing I look at every other day or anything. It's just a here and there kind of thing for me. But yes, I look at the 10, the 20. I don't look at the 2, but I do know that a lot of people like the 2 for short-term outlook, the 2, the 5. But 10, 20, I know some people like the 30, but I think that's just too far. 10, 20 is fine for me. Dan, why is that? Do you like to look at yields? I just like to look at side market, or I don't want to say a side market, but an existential market outside of the S&P that kind of affects it, but also doesn't affect it. I like to look at that kind of stuff. Yields, of course, are a big one. God, I'm voice cracking everywhere today. Remember to press the like. Oh, my bad, Manny. I already read that. Good morning, though, guys. Glad to have you all in here. And yeah, I shared it on Twitter or X, whatever you're politically calling it these days. I shared it on that. I shared it on the free stream. Shared it on everything. So yeah, my boss always does it. Kind of became a habit for me now. Just an interesting part of the market. Yeah, I mean, it's just good information to have. It's not even like, oh, I need to go trade the yields. Like, no, it's just good to know. Oh, okay, these are selling off. Okay, it's risk off. Okay, I'll chill more. Or oh, these are rallying. Oh, okay, it's risk on. Let's all get into these different plays, or let's all get into this. It's just good to have information on the yields or any kind of outside market, because that does affect SPY. I don't care what anyone says. That will definitely affect SPY. Good morning to everyone, though. We've already kind of gone over SPY, bigger and smaller time frame. Cleaned up my sector charts. We didn't really rechart them yet, and I didn't really make a watch list today because I didn't really see the point. I'm just going to go through all of them anyway, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Now, I am going to leave a couple of these charts untouched, and then as the market opens, I'll start to add a couple levels. But big levels to look out for, like on a chart like Netflix, pre-market high, previous day high. Can they push over that? They're over previous day close right now. Can they hold that? If they're breaking previous day close and all the pre-market, well, that's a really good short-term breakdown level, right? I mean, it's just common sense. Over the pre-market high, previous day high, looking great for Meta. It looks like they are also over their previous day close. If they can hold that, you can still see some good bullish bounces. A break of that can be seen as an early initiator or an early breaking down level. What do we have here? I'm on the wrong chart. What do we have here that kind of lines up together? Can anybody tell me? For a good breakdown level, can anybody tell me what two areas line up? I'm just trying to give you guys the site to make your own list as well. But what do you see here that could be used or taken advantage of to give you a good solid breakdown level that makes sense logically? Again, we're not trying to make shit up. But can anybody tell me what area lines up together for a good breakdown area? Where is price possibly going to break down at based on what we see here? Just throw a spitball level at me. It's okay if it's not exactly right. Where's my water? Diddy said 296.50. Let's see where that's at. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the vicinity of where I'm going for, though. Exactly, I'm kind of aiming for, like, this low. It kind of lines up with the pre-market low just about, which is at 296.11. So might as well say 295.90 for a break below. And, you know how we draw our demand, our supply, previous day highs, previous day lows? What do we see here? We see a good bounce here. We see a reversal. So where does that reversal start from? Here. They have the low of that candle, the high of the last red candle before the reversal back up. They based, they held, they based, they held, they continued higher. There's demand there. So essentially, you could grab from there to there using the supply-demand rules of what we go over. Add a couple days to it, just make sure it extends over to today. And now we know, oh, okay, wow. Meta under 295.90, 296.60s. This is bearish. This is bad for that chart. Short term. Again, this is all short term information. We're on the intraday time frame, so the information is short term. You also want to add your previous day high, pre-market high. So we're gonna just kind of highlight over that one and connect it to the higher level. That's the more important one. So 299.30s is a solid breakout level to the upside. You also have 300.20, 301, very close above the head, so you can keep an eye out for those. But this is a solid chart. Meta looks good. We talked about Netflix. Google looks like you can add their previous day high. Open of the last green candle before the reversal back down from that previous day high. That's an area of supply. You can add a rectangle to that if you really want to. And in a similar fashion, you can see how their pre-market low almost lines up with that dip here. That's almost like Meta, so that could be seen as a good area to look for a breakdown. I don't personally like trading Google. You can swing trade it, but day trading, I don't like that. So you might want to just prefer to watch Meta or Netflix for an actual trade, but Google is still the big weight to watch out for. Tesla, super clean. This is almost like SPY. It was like instantly ready for you. You don't even have to really look at anything. But basically looking over 258.50s or under 251.80s. I mean, that's a pretty simple one. Amazon, we got our previous day high, we got our pre-market high. That's the more important level. If you want to keep both added, you can. You can even add a rectangle here just to give you a better, visual. Add your previous day close. Actually, it's a little off. There we go. Sometimes it'll add the different one. Pre-market low, 134.50, 135.30. These are pretty quick levels. You have a more important, bigger time frame level here at 134.20s, though. So you might want to use that as your break below. And then your break above, you might want to use the higher up level here at 135.69. A lot more room above that level. Nvidia, and that's all of your discretionary sector that I look at. Amazon, Tesla. You also have Nike, McDonald's, Home Depot. You have tons of amazing tickers inside that sector. Here on Nvidia, you got previous day high. You got pre-market high. Not really adding a whole lot there. Previous day close is right there, but you have your pre-market low down here, so you might as well just focus on that. That doesn't look too bad. I bet AMD looks great today. And look, Microsoft looks just like Meta. You got your pre-market low, almost lining up with your lows here from this dip. They kind of pushed up, held this consolidation here all day. So 326.85, very clear break below. And you got the pre-market high, a very clear break above, 329.44. AMD, previous day high, reversal point is supply of that day at 106.30 to 106.57. So that's an area you're looking past for continuation for bulls. You can see AMD's already lost its pre-market low. Previous day close, sorry. In extended hours, most of pre-market, they're dealing with that in pre-market. So you're kind of looking at a combination of 105.90, that previous day close, up to that previous day high. It's not just this and this, it's now this up to this. So you're kind of dealing with a little bit of a larger area. You also have to deal with the pre-market low in case there is a rejection off of that. So keep 105 and 104 in mind. TLT is pumping up to previous day highs right now. Apple, king of the market, one at 184.90s, and then you have your pre-market low right here at 183.50. So it's kind of like SPY in a lot of ways. You have very, very simple levels. It's just bam, right there in front of you. But I hope you guys enjoyed the breakdown of pretty much most of the important individual equities from Netflix, Meta, Google in your comm sector, Tesla, Amazon, your discretionary sector, Nvidia, Microsoft, Apple from your tech sector. AMD is also in that, but it doesn't really weigh as much. And then, of course, TLT and SPY. But I hope you guys enjoy a lot of these breakdowns. Let me post a lot of this in chat real quick, and then we can move on. Chuck said Chewy and Crowd earnings today. Good call out. Good morning, everybody. 296.50. Good job, Diddy, for the only person answering me. What's up, Sinful? What's up, D-Touch? What's up, You Got Served? What's up, David? What's up, Justin? Good to see you, man. What's up, Tobias? Good morning, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Glad to have you all. If you go back into the stream, we literally just got done covering SPY on the bigger and smaller time frames. And then we covered pretty much every ticker you see here. We cleaned up our sector charts from Monday's stream, which you should have already done if you did not already. But we went ahead and did that already too. Yesterday we did a 2-hour kick stream. Yesterday morning we did a Discord call. Good morning, Mal. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Is the music quiet or is it fine? Alright guys, well we're flat right before the open. We only have about 20 minutes left. Make sure you guys have a water or a coffee, whatever your refreshment is. Make sure you guys stretch. It's good to stretch each morning. How many of you are from Discord? How many of you are from Twitter or X? And then how many of you are from like Instagram? Where's everyone from? Or how many of you are from YouTube? I don't know why I didn't say that either. I am YouTube. Good job on your Green Day already, Tobias. Love seeing you win, man. YouTube, technically from Instagram. Algo finally worked in my favor. All options. I like to see that, Alexis. Legend. YouTube, found you on YouTube. Wow, I'm actually impressed by that. I've always wondered how many people came from like actually came from YouTube, because you never know this website actually works, or that YouTube actually works until you see it, from the horse's mouth. Good morning, King Carnage. Well, that's pretty cool. There might be a swing trading stream coming up soon for you people who have the YouTube membership. I've been setting up some. I'm not gonna say who, because I don't want to put anyone under pressure, or add any kind of emphasis to anything. But starting this week, I'm trying to do it to where not every day, but a few days each week, we do swing trading streams. Whether I'm there or not, my friend will be there, and he'll be going over the basics of our system, with how you've seen it on my channel. And then later on, when you start to see more of those streams, because the first few will have to be like basics and covering things to look out for and how you can grow and practice, just a couple things really. And then once you're past that, though, we can do a few more streams, and then those can be like finding potential trades or finding potential ideas, setting up plans, watching us take trades. It's not really going to be a follow us, do this kind of thing. Like, we're going to just be covering things the whole time. So that's in the works right now. I'm finally blowing the head off the top there so I can get myself into it more, but BB course number 2 is also in the works. This is not going to be something that's like expensive or anything. I'll give you all a lot more details on that. There's also certain people who get access without anything else, so we'll be going over that soon too. But the BB course number 2 has been long awaited. A lot of people have been asking for more. We've just been really over the last few years adding to the first course. There's always just been more content on that. I've added, I can't even tell you how many more things onto it since the creation of it. But the bland course itself, of course, and then we just kept adding more and more and more to it. So I can't wait to release the second BB course to everybody. It's not going to be as big, but it is a lot more in depth. It's a lot more detailed, a lot more into it. You got to get into it. If you didn't read or watch the first one, you're not going to have any fun with the second one. But yeah, or if you've been around the channel for a long enough time, that'll be coming out. So those are 2 things that are in the works: the swing streams, the potential second BB course, which it's not going to be like the first one at all. This is a pretty cool thing we're doing. What else is in the works? Trying to think. I think that's it. And then I just have videos on the side that I'm trying to work on. But those are all unrelated. But I can't wait to release all that stuff, is what I'm saying. I've been working in the background a lot with a few people from chat. And honestly, past few weeks, and I don't think people really give us credit for it. I don't care for the credit, really. I'm just letting people know what I've been up to. But some of the best posting in my chat comes from this channel, and this is a channel I personally put together. I had to message Daffy, I had to talk to Leland, I had to talk to D-Touch, which he's in the works of posting more, but again, give him time. You'll start to see some amazing posts from him. But this is basically a channel of what I consider to be some of our best traders, and I put them all in a single channel to post just good information. It's not really supposed to be for, oh, follow this idea. You could totally follow an idea or make up one of your own based on our concepts, but you're definitely going to enjoy a lot of the information. That's your sectors, daily news, daily posts, daily videos, daily watch list, daily information. Like, there's always really good posts in here every day, regardless of who's alive or not that day. So if you do have the Discord access, I hope you take advantage of that channel. That is by far the best channel in chat. That's ever been in chat. I've definitely had a lot of fun there. Daffy especially, he's been showing his colors a lot more. That guy's been posting not even just great plays, amazing amounts of information that are actually helpful. Sectors, things I go over all the time. So it's really awesome to see, not just me covering things. It's nice to see other people also giving their perspective, regardless of us being, on it or not. Let me click on his post today. Let's see what he said. He said, I should say rotate. So we have tech improving, utilities were improving, real estate kind of idled off, but they were improving. It looks like discretionary, base materials, industrials, banks, staples all went into the lagging. Some of those are picking up, some of those are not. XLC, healthcare, and energy are all still weakening. Good call outs. So a few tickers post-market after hours for earnings are Crowd, CRM, Chewy, and OKTA. Octopus. Yo, Money Lisa. I don't know if you're here or not, but shout out to Money Lisa. They said 1 out of 2 today, netted 5 points, 3-point loss, 8-point win. So really good day. Paper trading as I get back into trading after my son was born recently. Shout out to Money Lisa. Congratulations on your recently born son. I didn't see that till just now. I mean, I think I saw this, but I didn't read this all the way. But I wanted to give you props openly too. Good job, man. Happy for you. Hope nothing but the best. I don't even know if Money Lisa's here or not. But if I do see Money, make sure to congrat. Ready to flush the open. Might just be one of those days. Yeah, we'll see. To be fair, though, I would like to see if 450 breaks. And if so, I'd like to see if 450-150 gets tested. See if that actually gets rejected, which is that bigger time frame resistance that we went over from the weekly and monthly. If we do get a breakdown, I'd like to see does 445 hold. So as you can see, there's a lot of room below. They could drop $4 and potentially this can still be super bullish. So and this is really what I said yesterday. I said even if there is a pullback, bulls still have a lot of room. You know, it's not like it's the end of the world. So, but be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. I hope you guys enjoy a lot of the information being posted and talked about. We've gone over SPY, bigger and smaller time frame, news for the day, news that's already came out. What does it mean? We went over pretty much every ticker in front of your face on the top left of the screen. SPY all the way down to Netflix. Covered detailed planning on those. Typed out Tesla, Meta, SPY. Could have typed out more, but didn't want to fill up my screen more. And then cleaned up some of the sectors. And then we kind of talked about some other stuff. But yeah. And that's about 43 minutes into the stream. We still got about another 10, 11 minutes before the market opens. So you guys still have a little bit of time to go get a water or go get a drink. Or something, a snack, or to review anything in front of you. Day 69 of asking for a stonks only go up sinful channel. What section does sinful want this channel in? Oh, and then he backs away. He doesn't want the channel anymore. Daffy also just said, he said it really close to mine. He said a key level of SPY moves to the upside to watch is 451.13, a monthly pivot level. And then he said, sorry, 451.43. So pretty much 451.50, which this is pretty much what we've been covering. So you guys can see where Daffy's getting his from. It aligns with pretty much everything we've been covering, so that's good. But yeah, if we do get some bullish upside, big question on a lot of our minds is, does 451.50 get hit? Does that get touched? Does that get rejected? Do we surpass that? We'll see. But Daffy, again, just using price history to his advantage. It's a thing most people think they're using, but they're not. You know, they go to their bigger time frame charts and they just draw random levels and they think that's price history. No, price history are things that are set from a long time ago, not from a day ago. You know, and then you can use your short-term price history, like the ones we do with the BB system. You add that on top of your historical price action, and you have some of the highest probability analysis in front of you, without even really doing anything else. You know, not even adding indicators on top, none of that. morning, Mel. What's up, Breaking Levels? Is that a cup of milk? What is that? Is that a cup of milk or a cup of water? That one's hard to see. Observing today, maybe power hour opportunities, looking at price action for now. Totally fine, man. If you've been paying attention, today is definitely one of those days where you don't care about trading because you've been a part of a rally for the last 2 days, last 3 days really, because you had your short-term bottom pop up. We talked about that. We got the higher open. Ever since this day's open, you should have been bullish. Now, should you have expected this to rally like this hard? No, but you should have been short-term bullish based on that fact. Through 445 especially, it's like, damn, okay, well, might as well go test the middle of this range. No, they went all the way through. Pretty massive run. But this was very heavily talked about if you just paid attention to anything any one of us were going over with each other. It isn't even one of those things where it's like, we knew that was going to happen. Like, no, we're just reacting to what's happening. We're not trying to act like we're right or wrong. I mean, there are plenty of times where we've been wrong. But very, very accurate analysis this week on SPY bigger and smaller time frame. What I'm more curious about is if we do pass 451.50s, do we have energy to make it to 455, or do you start to see a better higher low retest happen again in similar fashion to this? You had your dip, you had your big push into 441.90s, 445s, people are getting bullish again, you know, we're just like this, penetrating into the next area. Then they get this nasty reaction. Yes, they do hold over time because they had enough room under. We're kind of in the same scenario. You know, I'm not saying this is going to happen, but we have so much room underneath. This could end up happening over the course of a couple days. Then you get another reversal from there, and then we continue higher. Who knows? You know, so there's a couple things that can happen from here. If you get the rejection, again, we're looking to see if 445s hold. If we get the continuation, we're looking to see, do we surpass 451.50s? So as you can see, you can be bullish or bearish and still be non-biased. You can point out bullish and bearish scenarios. It's totally fine. And you're not trying to make up things. You're just trying to point out things based on what's in front of you. That is the only way you're going to have a chance in trading, is if you're able to point out stuff like that. Able to point out, oh, okay, this is what makes this chart bullish. This is what makes this chart bearish for this time period. This is the range that price is stuck in for this time period. You know, we need to look past these or look to buy it or sell at resistance, buy at support, you know, supply demand trading. So it's really just find your tempo, find your groove, get confident with it over time. And how many months, how many years is that going to take? You know, everyone's different. But don't rush yourself. Try to be as patient as you can. Regardless of, you know, results you get short term, it's of course going to be a rough path, but give yourself time. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. Definitely helps out the channel a ton. Good morning, Chef. Good morning, Kem. What's up, Sandollar? Always happy to see your name pop up, man. But I don't drive and chat in the stream. Yeah, don't you guys ever get caught driving and chatting in my YouTube stream. I will get onto you personally. If any people are getting hurt around here, we don't need to be seeing any more of that. Good morning and happy Wednesday, team, and great pre-market stream, Chief. I was listening on my drive into my setup. Oh, okay. I got you. What's up, Dividend Bull? How you doing, man? Good morning. Good morning to everyone, though, and thank you guys again for almost 30 likes on the stream. That's really big. Get me to 50 likes on the stream and we're looking good. If not, though, who cares? We're all here for a good time. Alright, well, we have a little over 4.5 minutes before the market opens. Like number 30, appreciate you, Rambo. If you don't like the stream, you voted for Biden. Rambo, Jambo on the 30 mark. 30 for 30. Also, I love the trade floor. The maturity in there is picked up. I mean, we had to kind of get rid of some very toxic people over the past few months. Some close people, too. It kind of sucks, but whatever. And now I'd say the chat's probably almost at the most mature it's ever been. I wouldn't say it's at the most mature it's ever been, but it's pretty close. So I'm pretty happy about that. I was getting kind of tired of the childish bullshit remarks I see all the time. The sneak dissing of people adding emojis on people's posts. That shit just got so old. And my server's not going to turn into that. I didn't make a community for other people to run it. You know, it's my community. I'm going to run it the way I want it to be. And if people don't like that, they can leave. I don't. I'm not one of these traders that are going to suscept to my followers because I want to have clout. You know, you guys have seen. I'm pretty much doing everything self-sufficiently. I'm not looking to be a popular trader to look cool. I don't care about that. I want to be effective in my teaching. I want people to grow with my content. I want my content to be quality. Anything outside of that is just bullshit. I don't follow 100 traders online. I don't do all that shit. I'm not like your usual social media trader. I'm not like that. Aloha, SF. How you doing? SF, aka Surfer Girl, even though that's what we consider, that's not what even that stands for. What's up, Spicy Pepper? Another gold star. Look at that respect, that gold star next to that name. You look so good. Did you change your hair today? That's why you're goated, man. Thank you, David. Thank you. Mental health, more valuable for money. More valuable than money. It really is. I'd rather have a really, really amazing Discord or a group of people that's like, you know, less than a few hundred people. I'd rather have that any day of the week than have 10,000 sheep guppies yelling at me every day, this and that. You know, just so much emotions thrown around. Just to have a higher subscription count. It's like, what the fuck? I'm glad you noticed. Hey, man. I saw the new hair. I had to comment on it. You look good. But good morning, everybody. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. I am just kidding, by the way. I can't see Spicy Pepper. As you guys can see, that we've already covered SPY on the bigger and smaller time frames. We've covered pretty much every ticker on the screen. Pretty much just waiting for the market to open. But a lot of the data came out this morning was lower than expected, which a lot of it can be seen as bearish, but a lot of it is bullish. And at the same time, it's uncompleted. We have a lot more data coming out tomorrow. So in my personal opinion, there's a higher probability situation where you don't get a lot of movement today. And if you do, it's going to be stuck between a certain range, whether it's this one or not, which is good and bad. You might not get as much opportunity today. It just might be minimal. You know, you might be selling at resistance, buying at support, supply demand trading today, or, you know, if we get our break and retest of our range. But this is good opportunity for the next day, though, because this sets us up for, you know, more energy saved, and then tomorrow you get into it and there's a lot more energy, you know, saved that can be used, so we could get a really, really good day tomorrow, especially since a lot more of the news completes the week tomorrow. So can't wait to see how we open, how we react the first couple hours tomorrow morning. That's really what I'm focused on already. But today is pretty important too. You know, if we get a lot of volume today, if we get a really good breakout or a really good retest of something, it's going to definitely lead to a lot more. But again, guys, questioning to see, can we get to 451.50 today? Can we surpass that? And if we do pull back, do we test 445? These are the two main questions in front of us today. But market is open, everybody. Good morning. If you guys have something on watch, please be sure to throw it in the chat below or in Discord. I will read it out loud. If you have any updates, you have anything on watch, let us know. Let's see what's on Discord. Daffy is watching XLE. So he's watching energy for a break of the trend to two support areas or a break of these recent highs into resistances. Good look. So again, always planning for both sides. Yeah, this was insane. Tiger Global being down 60% last year. If you guys know anything about Tiger Global, you know that that's pretty crazy. New high of day, 450 from open, of course. See if they surpass 450.25. Bigger time frame chart. Oh, come on, Discord. My Discord's freezing. I'm trying to type. This is insane. I wish you guys could see this. This happens to me so much. Stop doing this, Discord. Come on. There we go. There was a gap up. I don't know who said that, but there was a gap up. Oh my god, guys. Okay, so check this out. You guys remember when I was posting Daffy's McDonald's on stream and the Kick stream yesterday? So he closed 2 of them at 144%, leaving the other 2. He had 4. I'll show you everything just so you're not like, oh, that's bullshit. So like 4, or no, I'm sorry, 1. Then I think he got more. Yeah, he added 3 more, got a new average. That's what it was. So he was at 9%. Then he sold 2 of them, which I thought was really smart. Selling 2 to 3 of them here, 139%. Had the other 2. I kind of forgot he had them, not going to lie. This morning, they're up even more. And check out the percentage this man is up. 409%. I mean, he doesn't need to type out TP. That is like... that is insane. That is massive. I've been telling people not to sleep on that channel, man. I don't know for how many months. Alright, he said closing now. He has 2 contracts open that he's closing, and they're at 550% now. $554%. Like, you guys don't understand, like, I love seeing people win, but especially people like Daffy, like people who have been around here for a while, people that you've literally seen work their ass off, you know, work very hard to be where they are. Daffy's one of those genuine, super nice people who just work their ass off. He doesn't care about recognition. He doesn't care about if he looks good or looks cool. He doesn't care about that. That's exactly what I'm going for. I don't want people who want to shine and to look cool like that. Like, I just want people who are real, know how to trade, and want to grow, who just have a growth mindset. Again, not looking to be some egotistical maniac. And there's tons of people like that you're going to meet along your trading journey. It's a very sad truth that some of your friends might even be that person. You don't know. But down the line, you'll start to realize, like, oh, wow, this is insanely toxic. I don't want to be around this. Like, it doesn't matter if they're a winner or not. It's like, I don't care that you're good at trading. You're toxic. I don't want to be around you. Daffy is not one of those people. Daffy is, like, the exact opposite. He's the perfect person to be around. He's such a positive person. Cares about everyone. I love that guy. But 554% on a swing trade. I mean, that is unheard of. Now, another thing is you're not going to see me all over social media going, 554%, make sure to join. If you guys look at my Twitter, I posted his gains when he was up 90%, and I said, that's it, come join us. I'm not going to go to Twitter and post an almost 600% gain and say, guys, we do this every week, join us. No, because that doesn't happen every week. That is something that only happens here and there. So that's another thing. You're not going to see us promoting those huge gains like that, because it's just like, this isn't something that happens all the time. By the way, nasty push and rejection of the breakout level of 450.25 on the 5 minute, as well as your 15 minute getting a nasty shooting star rejection so far. Really, really big inverted hammer. We'll see if this holds up. It is only 837. I'm so happy for that channel. I love seeing the clean plays, the TA, the reasoning, everything. I gotta see that McDonald's chart now. Screw the gains. Let's see this TA now. So he's been buying basically into this support where they broke out before. This is a monthly emerging candle, by the way. Came down to here. I drew the top of this because this basically is like your daily demand, essentially. And he's been buying into this hammer, and then now he's pushing into this new high, So he was buying when everybody was like, oh, this is going to push lower. This is looking bad. So he has a lot of momentum pushing down while he's getting into calls, which is very advantageous for someone who's getting positioning buying, which is beautiful for him. But it's crazy too, because like you could almost say like this play is just getting started. Like somebody that's just not looking at this would almost look at this and go, I'm buying today. So it's crazy. He's taking profits into where people are starting to finally say, oh, I think this is finally going up. So he was ahead of pretty much everyone on that curve on this trade at least. So really, really, really massive move. It doesn't look like it, but it's actually an insanely massive move. Let's go back to SPY. So we have a rejection and a lower high on the 1 minute. You just have a single candle rejection on the 15 minute, and then you have a multi-candle rejection on the 5 minute. So a little bit more pressure picking up from those rejections, but we'll see if this holds up or not. Still above good support, so don't want to totally turn bearish yet. What's up, Mel? What you looking at? I mean, I don't know why I'm even asking that. Oh, he said took some puts here. I just saw that. I was waiting to look around and see when you were going to say you're long or not. Again, Mel, you don't always feel the need you have to do that, man. I know other people like to hype you up, and I know you like to hype yourself up too. But don't feel the pressure that you always have to post. Do remember that you are here as a member as well, and that there is no responsibility for you to have to post. Be comfortable. That's really what I'm getting at. I just want you to be comfortable. If putting yourself out there puts you on the line and that keeps you comfortable, then keep doing it. I love to see it. I just want to make sure you don't feel the need to do that, you know. Don't let people pressure you. Everybody is on the same page here. Not a single person is ready to say, I'm a pro trader. There's no such thing as a pro trader. Don't fill yourself full of shit. You are not a pro trader. Nobody here is a pro trader. We're all growing. And you're always going to be growing. You're never going to get to a point where you're like, you know, oh, I'm cool with making this much today and this much tomorrow and this much next week. This, you know, it's not going to be like that. You know, you don't get to calculate how much you're making every day. It's going to be different. You got to be pivotal. Make sure, Dividend Bull, that when you draw your lead tests, you do them on the 5-minute at least. Anytime you go lower than that, it can get a little bit aggressive. I don't want people jumping around too much on that. If you draw them on the 1 minute, just know that you are drawing it on an aggressive time frame. I've always found that at least the 5-minute and up gives you a lot more stable view, because you're not going off of, you know, 3 minutes of information. I think almost all of my trades that are lead tests are from the 5-minute, where I draw everything on the 5-minute, but my actual trade itself is on the 1 minute. So you got a nice push into resistance, you got a nice rejection, they're wicking down, or wicking back up after pulling down. So they're all over the place within the first 15 minutes of today's market open. And this is, again, the market digesting information that is indecisive. Because at first glance, your data today is bearish. But the more you read into it, the more you're like, oh, wait, this is a good thing, because it shows that we are slowing down potentially, that we are potentially bullish. So it's almost like we just got like a slightly bullish report today, but it's not completed. We still have a lot more data coming out tomorrow. So that's kind of how the market's going to take it. Indecisively, but slightly green. And then tomorrow is really where you'll get your bigger reaction. In my opinion, at least. I think tomorrow is where you'll get your biggest move. So. Oh, you're good, Dividend Bull. I wasn't trying to like push you in or out of your trade. I was just letting you know from my personal experience how I've traded lead tests, at least. Gotta be tedious. But thank you guys for all the likes on the stream. Thank you guys for tuning in to the pre-market prep this morning. We went over pretty much everything we could. I tried to start this almost an hour before the market opened. I think I was 10 minutes late, so I was only 15 minutes before. But still good timing. We've been streaming for almost an hour and 10 minutes now. I do hope some people go back and review pre-market prep, because it is very important information. I cover every ticker every morning, or at least every morning I stream. Apple New Hive Day, great call out. That's the type of messages I want to see. Great call out, D-Touch. Spicy Pepper said hit that like button, thank you. Don't worry, you're only helping. Thank you, Breaking Levels. I appreciate your forgiveness. I don't know what I would do without it. I'd probably curl up in a ball and cry. Really good hold of pre-market high. You can't lie about that. Well, that recent pre-market high, I should say. Alexis said, watching triple Q, QQQ, for upside. If it can break 375.41, there's a gap to potentially fill back in August 2nd on the 4-hour chart. Very good detailed information. And look at that, guys. He really didn't type that much. But if you look at what he said, he actually gave you some insane amount of information, though. Really good job, Alexis. Keeping a crazy amount of detailed information in such a short amount of words, really. Good job. Quick and concise. That's what I like to see. And shout out to you, Alexis, man. You've been super active, engaging in here. You know, I try to shout out as many members as I can, but you're another one of those guys that's been in here for, you know, not super long, but you've been in here long enough where it feels like you've been in here forever, because you've been so active, engaging. And I think you have a busy life too. You were saying, you know, you have a job, you have a family, you know, it's not like you're just here all day. So shout out to you, man. Seriously. I know that's not easy. You Got Served Yo said Tesla low of day. Daffy coming in with another energy update with energy pushing higher. Good call out by both guys. Good job. Yeah, we have Apple pushing. You have TLT down from open. AMD's all over the place. Microsoft's indecisive. Nvidia's pulled back. Amazon pulled back. Tesla, new low of day. Great call out by You Got Served Yo. There it is again, 251 pushing. Yikes. Google rejecting as well. Meta's down through that support that we talked about. I'll show it on this screen, it's a little easier to see. But breaking previous day close on Netflix, you saw that. Meta broke through the range within the first 10 minutes. 40% entry came in, no retest entry yet. Google also trying to break their previous day close right now, which again, if you guys remember, previous day close was a pretty big pivot point that I talked about on pretty much all of these charts. Tesla has already done that. Well, they didn't really have a chance of doing that. They rejected away from it. Broke under pre-market low. They're now breaking under 251.80s, which is the open range breakout area. Amazon, you're looking under 134.50 as well as 134.20s for a larger pullback. If that does not happen, look for more buying to catch up. I'm seeing a lot of these charts still above their pre-market low, so keep that in mind. That some of these could still catch. Apple continuing to print new highs, 186. The king of the market is trying to speak through all the noise. Nvidia to pre-market low, great call out by Zaytoven. Money morning done. Good job, Black Beauty Machine. This is my fam, much love. Glad to have you, man. Really, we really are. I'm really glad to have people like you here. It's like-minded individuals like you that have this community, so just up there, really. By the sound of that water bottle, I can tell it's frosty. Oh, you know it. Rejection of 450.25, new high of day on SPY. Great call out by Dividend Bull. Oxy and Chevron are really pushing up, and now Sand Dollar said. Great updates by Sand Dollar and Daffy on energy. XLE pushing higher. And guess what, guys? Daffy just closed that McDonald's play for over 500%. And then he has the nerves of steel to go into chat and within the next 5 minutes type another play. Bro sets a hard stop loss, gives a chart, already up 23%. And he was the only one posting energy. This isn't the first time. This is the greatest thing about Daffy, guys, what I'm about to show you. It's not that he posted an entry. It's not that he made money on the trade. Do you know what the most amazing thing about Daffy's post was? Reasoning, and he'd already been talking about it beforehand. Bro was in chat watching XLE before the market even opened. He doesn't pop up on, you know, chat and cover random things. He covers things he's going over. So that's the greatest thing, is he doesn't just pop up and it's like, oh guys, I'm trading this. It's like, oh, whoa, let me go look up that ticker. Let me go look at it. Like, no, he's been making everyone aware way beforehand. It's not like that was the first time he mentioned it. So, shout out to Daffy again. Dude's really getting all the attention today. the music pause? No, it didn't. Sometimes, what's it called? Discord will get a mind of its own. And then pause the music randomly. Oh, also, guys, I didn't make it aware because we were on stream when we did it. But if you guys are in that Reason Over Risk channel that I was just showing you from Daffy's Play, in that channel, the latest video that was posted there was from me yesterday. That was a video covering a large variety of things about dojis, inside bars, how to trade them, all that detailed information. So go through that if you have not already. That was a very good breakdown. And then we also posted one. What was the other one? I don't remember the other one. I'll have to go find it. But there was 2 videos posted yesterday. I'm brain farting right now. SPY's pushing off of that breakout. Again, guys, there was no real reason to go bearish yet. You had a push up, you know, but we didn't really break anything. A push down, didn't really break anything. And now we're getting a push up again. Finally breaking something by like a cent. And then here we are pushing above it now. So no retest trades, just an open range breakout on the 5-minute. Be very weary too, because a lot of these charts did recover. Some of them did not though. So keep some of those that did not recover in mind, like Tesla, Meta. If those end up continuing lower, that could be very bad. If those end up recovering, that could show a lot more increased movement for SPY. And there is Apple pushing over 186. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful move. Again, we're looking to see, does 451.50 get hit? Hey, silent typing. That was on my phone. Did y'all even hear that one? Rare. When you taking DE long again, B? Whenever Jack tells me to, because Jack knows everything. SPX hitting supply on my chart. Yep, we are hitting it on bigger time frames. Still a little bit room. XLE to the moon. Let's go, Daffy. I'll just leave that chart up, right? Good movement, man. But so far, guys, let's go over what has happened. What's up, people? Is you in here? He really is firing on all cylinders. Oh, Daffy? Yeah, no, Daffy's on something else. Daffy's insane. But guys, what have we gotten today so far? We had a just slightly higher open. We had a test of resistance. We had a pullback. Really good bullish pressure popping up on both candles. Didn't really break anything, and bullish pressure showed up again, and we see that because of the wick ups. And then you see price push up and just slightly closed over 450.25. I'm not even going to say that's a 40% entry because I just feel like that's not fair. It's just too tedious, you know. And so far, all we've gotten is a bullish breakout so far. So now we're looking to see, does this continue? If this is where the slowdown is, you can do an open range fib from here to here. Of course, if we continue, eliminate everything I'm saying right now, which it looks like they want to. But if this is where the slowdown came in at, though, you would draw that fib, see can they hold for a midterm retest, see if it continues, do we get a 3-bar play? If it does break, do we get a full term retest? And if they do end up breaking back under 450.25, well, then that eliminates all the bullish momentum that was had. But right now, all we've had was a slightly higher open from yesterday, push up to resistance of what we were looking at for a breakout. In this instance, you could see it was a bigger time frame level. This isn't pre-market high or extended hours. This is from the bigger time frame, so it's a daily emerging candle. And looking over that towards 450-150, which we're actually getting really close to now, guys. If you did take an open range move play, this is the time to start scaling out, because you're getting right to where I said we were going to possibly go. Let me open that back up. Sorry, peoples. Give me a second. I'll go back to what I was saying. Really close to that level, guys. Again, this is from the daily time frame. Zoom out. Really close to the next resistance. So we'll see, can we break that, or are we going to stop there? And then you have an extra smaller time frame level. If we do continue past that at 452.25, we got 454, but all kinds of levels. But back to what I was saying, though, peoples. I was just basically getting at, you know, what's happened today. We can see that we closed here. We just opened slightly higher. Nothing crazy. All we did was open. We hit that bigger time frame level. Let's go look at what that is. It is an emerging candle. Okay. So it's an emerging candle. You should have this. You know, this isn't some weird level. It's a normal level. But it ends up being perfect with the extended hours high almost, which is perfect because that is a good resistance to just kind of keep in mind. But again, just pushing up to it. We held over that previous day close, which is like right here. You know, that area we drew, which is a good sign for bulls. Good short-term bullish pressure inside of the range. And you know a great thing about these trades too, and I'm not saying you should be buying this candle. In no way, shape, or form am I saying you should take this candle, but it is a good risk candle. Technically, this is an inside of the range 80% entry to the upside. You're over the previous day close, you're at resistance, but you're holding support. You know, so basically, if you, let's say you entered this and you set your stop at today's open, yesterday's close, whatever that area is, right there. That's a great trade. That's a great risk-reward trade, you know, but that's hindsight looking back at it now. You know, in the moment, though, how do you tell what's bullish and what's bearish? You need to tell direction. You're not going to be able to do that if you're on this time frame. I'm sorry to tell you that. Because if you're sitting here looking at this, this does look bearish, but only to this point. You know, so it's not really giving you much risk-reward here, right? Same thing goes for here. Same thing goes for here. You know, yeah, you are hitting resistance, but this is the level that we're looking for a bullish breakout. You know, so yeah, it is good to look for shorts against this, but if you're going to get that breakout over it, you need to get out of that trade and then look for the move to the upside, not sit here and say, oh, you know, damn, that was a good entry, but a bad exit. Like, okay, that happens, move on, you know? So don't get stuck on that, but you're not going to get trades like that stuck on the 1 minute. I was literally just telling Dividend Bull, and I think someone else this earlier, and I know I've told you this before, but the 5 minute, if you're going to do this, drawing your lead test, you know, taking some of these trades, you need to be zoomed out. You can't just be on the 1 minute the whole time, or you're going to fuck yourself, just like you did today. I'm just letting you know, because you would have noticed, oh wow, there is some bullish pressure here. This isn't really that bearish, you know, and you got to take in the notes. What are we doing? We opened higher. So you're bullish from open. What have we done from open? We've done nothing but hold support. Okay, that's another bullish add-on. Have we done anything besides that? No. So is it really fair to say that yes, that should have been taken as a bearish trade? No, it wasn't. In my opinion, that told you not to be bearish at all. And again, it's a lot easy for me to say this because I did actually cover this in the stream. I'm not hitting you with this after bullshit where it's like, oh, because it moved, I can tell you what looks good. 450, hitting, guys. Sorry, peoples. Let me get back to that in a second. I said 451.50 hit from the 450.25 breakout, daily watch list level. Right now, you guys are looking for any kind of slowdown to get yourself a fib on the chart, to get yourself a retest going. Because so far, it's just open range move. They had an inside of the range retest, which isn't as high probability as like an 80% entry. Why is that? Because it's not outside of the level, it's inside of the range. So it's probably like, you know, higher than 40% confidence, but it's lower than 80% confidence. So maybe like 60, 50. But nothing crazy. And then you get your 40% breakout, which is a little bit more because they actually had a retest beforehand. And now they're finally showing signs of smaller candles and a bigger wick here. So maybe we'll finally get that slowdown we were looking for. Dash got a good move too, $2.80. Really good breakout. We hit 451.50 on the dot. On the dot. Apple's still at high of day. AMD recovering. That's not looking bad. Look at where the buying pressure came in at support, at pre-market low. Look at that. Beautiful. Bunch of inverted hammers, bullish support. Hammers at support, hammers at resistance. Those are some of the best trades you'll ever take. Tesla, fake people out. They closed below 251.80s within the first 20 minutes of market open. Right after that, got that big bullish engulfing, and now they're back above, making a new high of day. Tesla back in the fight. Great sign from them. Google also still recovering. They didn't really break anything, but they held support kind of similar to SPY. Meta is still one of the bigger weights that is still a little weak, so keep that one in mind. That was like Tesla, but Tesla recovered, and so was Netflix. They just didn't break anything except previous day close, and even they're now back above to new highs. So some of these weaker weights did recover. It's a good sign. And you saw Apple continuing its strength. So this is kind of lining up with that stronger bullish scenario that I talked about earlier, where you have other sectors just kind of getting support, slowing down, but then you have some of them continuing higher. So you want to see if those ones that are weak continue higher or keep dipping. And if so, then you know that, okay, well, SPY's weak. And if not, everything continues higher. Okay, well, you know, SPY still wants more. All right, so we got our first slowdown. We'll see if it continues here, and then I'll draw my fib. Go to this chart. But how is everyone on stream? Thank you guys for almost 50 likes. I hope you guys have been enjoying a lot of my non-biased updates. Again, we're just covering levels and how they are. We're not looking to make up anything. But I hope you guys are enjoying some of the updates, some of the weights, some of the watch list levels. Anything you guys have any questions on or anything you want to comment on or update, feel free to drop it in the YouTube chat or the Discord on the trade floor. I'm reading both, so. D-Touch said IWM new high of day. Why that's important is because those are small caps. So very good update by him on the small caps part of the market. 41% breakout. Good job, Ace. Quick 25% profit on Triple Q before seeing my first patient of the day. Catch up with y'all in a few. Totally fine, Alexis. Very happy for you. Good job, Ace. Good job, Alexis. David said, took a call once we smashed over our 450.25 area on the 5-minute chart. Took profits at 451.24 for an 18% scalp. That's what I like to see, man. Love it. What an amazing move so far today. Look how clean that 1 minute was, too, if you were looking at it. I know there wasn't any 80% entries above the breakout level on the 5 minute, which is the time frame I tell everyone to look at. But check out the 1 minute. You know, even though we didn't have it for a trade, we were watching it. But good retest. The only retest that popped up was on the 1 minute. There was nothing here for the 5 minute except inside of the range. Again, I'm talking outside of the range. There was only a single candle retest on the 1 minute. So again, shows you the opportunity taken away from you if you disagreed with part of the retest that happened inside of the range. Very beautiful price action today, to be honest. I see no fake outs on the 5 minute. I see no fake outs on the 1 minute. And there's no fake outs on the 15 minute. There's just been movement. Can it stop doing that? New Hive Day coming? New Hive Day right there, as I said, at 451.55. Let's see if we get up to the next level from our smaller time frame chart, 452.25. 452.20s is what I'm going to call it, though. Can we get 4 more likes on the stream for 50 likes? What's up, Matt? Good morning, man. How you doing? What are you looking at? Is this Matty Ice by any chance? Is this the same person? Remember what we said about inside bars the other day, guys? We just had one on the 5-minute. We have a candle trading within the previous candle. So what does that tell us? Does anybody remember from my breakdowns or from my video the other day? Oh, you're not Matty Ice? Okay, totally fine. Good, man. Matty Ice sucks. I was so happy. I'm so happy you're not him. Matty Ice sitting in the back, dying inside. Kim, I can link you on Discord or Twitter. But main concern, though, wasn't the kick stream. It was the fact if anybody caught the video or the breakdown, though. I did go back and cut out part of the stream, too, make sure I had it. But I went back and posted it in the Reason Over Risk channel, Kim. So if you have that in Discord, please feel free to go watch that. But I will post those on YouTube because I forgot those were on Kick. So I'll go re-download those and then I'll put them on YouTube today for the members just to have as extra videos. But yeah, those 2 videos were pretty good. Exactly. Eva's got it, though. A possible transfer of control. We've seen an inside bar. We're getting a positive print now. So bulls are possibly telling us that they almost lost control. Now they're trying to keep control. And there you go. You get a close of a 5-minute candle. So you are still bullish. That invalidates that inside bar. That invalidates that red candle. You are still bearish. I mean, still bullish until proven otherwise. So you're still looking for a potential slowdown. You're still looking for anything to give you some sort of sign of reversal. Can we get another inside bar? Can we get a negative print after that inside bar? That would be your indication of slowdown and possible short-term reversal. And that's just to get to base. That's just to get to where this wick is, to get to the meat of this where they slowed down. That's just to get to that. That's not even to break this and move lower yet. That's just to show, hey, we're trying to move lower now. It's all about telling the story of the chart. You know, you get your levels on the screen, you start to learn pattern recognition, all the good stuff, price action. You can tell I'm not even watching volume. So don't even sit there and tell me volume is throwing you off, because if anything, volume should only help you more. You know, I've been taking it off just to have less noise, but, you know, you find a high volume candle at a support, that's most likely going to reverse. And if not, okay, whatever, at least you're taking a loss on a good signal. And then let's say you find a bunch of selling happen, but it's lowering volume and it's approaching a support. Well, a lot of the time a bounce is most likely going to happen. So you can see how volume can help you from either way as well. But again, just another parameter you can have set. But really, again, just telling the story of the chart. Okay, it broke out this level. Let's see if it can hold it. If it can, then it should make it to this level. It's always if this, then that. Again, going back to that conversation, it's everything in trading is always conditional. And if it's not, you're gambling. You're not actually trading. So things need to be, you know, formatted. They need to be conditioned. You need to be able to look at this and say, all right, well, if it does this, then I'm doing this. If it does that, then I'm doing this. It's always if this, then that. Write that down. If this, then that. You should be a conditional formatted trader, somebody who trades with conditional rules. It's never, you need to be like a cold computer. You need to be like an AI. You don't need to be like a human. If that, then this. If breakout, more moon. Good morning, Hayes. Glad to see you, man. You've been pretty active in the Discord. Always happy to see you win. And thank you for posting your trade reviews, man. I did appreciate that. Those were very clean. Oh, you're talking about TTT. Yeah, those are nice for setting up super confusing things. I've had to check out that site a couple times for Discord setups. Those always hurt my brain. Spy, clean drop on the 5-minute after that push-up. Good call out by Sandollar. We did get a lower open on that 5-minute candle too. I know that doesn't really matter as much, but a lower open on that candle, the 5-minute, is a little impressive. We don't always get those higher and lower opens. So you had that first sign pop up here, inside, breakout. Another slowdown sign with that lower open. So we're starting to get stacking signals here saying, hey, there's some selling pressure here. You go out to that chart with the bigger time frame, we're at a resistance, so that makes sense. Is everyone caught up though? We all understand what I'm talking about here. I don't want to just keep repeating myself. I feel like I've talked about this stuff like a million times. So I just want to make sure you guys understand what I'm talking about before I move on. I mean, it's just price history, price levels, pattern recognition, watching for buying pressure, selling pressure. If you can find multiple signs of pressure on one side, then it again adds to it. And another great example, we're zoomed in on it right now. I might as well talk about it. The last time I talked about this, pressure stacking up together to give you higher confluence or higher probability signals, because that's really all you're doing is stacking the odds in your favor. I mean, we're no different than poker players. But what you have here is a bearish kicker, bearish engulfing, and then another bearish kicker. So you could see they had multiple signals of, hey, we're slowing down, but they didn't reverse from there. So as you can see, sometimes it does take time to break down or break up after multiple signals pop up. So one heavy seller candle, a second, and then a third, and then they finally broke that support of those two. That's where you finally got your breakdown. This is where they retested away from. This is now where we finally worked ourselves back up to after a base build. Everything that I teach is on this chart right here, right now. Everything that I teach, everything I go over. If you can't understand this chart or go over it or tell the story to your chart, you don't need to beat yourself up. You need to give yourself more time. I also see a few of you guys are always like, well, I'm not growing as fast as this guy, or I'm not doing as fast or doing as good as this guy or this trader or this or that, so I'm just not going to use the levels. You know, don't act like that. Be positive. Have a positive mindset. Be growth. Be a growth mindset. You want to move forward. Progression, no matter the rate. Doesn't matter if you're slow. What matters is that you don't quit. So keep working with it, keep practicing, telling the story of the chart. You know, I always tell people, find a chart, go over it with your levels, you know, draw everything, get it prepared. We're past that. Now we're looking at for planning. Go over, okay, well, if this breaks out, I'm going to leave a stop here, I'm going to leave a target here, but you know, whatever your levels are at that point, then you can go over it. Move it back to the 6 month. And then flexible grid. Heavy seller reaction. I know Rambo gets it. I know Dividend gets it. I know Teresa get it. It's the people that aren't sending the thumbs up that I know aren't getting it. So again, guys, just make sure to go through the content. Make sure to ask questions. Make sure to engage in the Discord. I mean, everybody's literally begging to help other people almost. I know these guys get it. I know my usuals get it. But if you're someone who's been in my community for a while and you still don't get it, that's a red flag to me, and you're the person I'm speaking to. Ace. Ace with the honest answer. Good job, Rambo, always going straight to the weights when he's on Trader Floor. I love that. I love that my guys go into chat and they're not looking to, guys, I'm bullish because of this or that, or I'm bullish because I want to. I saw Jim Cramer, he was bearish, so I'm bullish. My guys aren't like that. My guys go into chat and they just cover facts. They cover updates, they cover weights, they cover what's happening. They don't go in there and they don't cry, they don't talk about this or that. They talk about what's a fact and what's not. And then they stick to it. Guess what? When they're not bullish, they're bearish. When they're not bearish, they're probably sitting cash. So they're not looking to always be in a trade. They're not looking to always, you know, be right. Of course, we're going to be wrong here and there, and that's totally fine. That's the whole point of trading. But good job if you guys have been focused on it. Catching up to a few messages here on Discord. A lot of guys updating in the Discord. Love to see it. I get it. I'm just not good at it. It's, again, just taking as much practice as you can. Like, if you're someone who knows the system but you struggle with it, these are some tips for you. So please write some of these down. And I literally just said this to one of my good friends in chat, Peoples, too. I said, and I'll read it word for word. I know you don't want to hear this, but it's the only way. You need to mental trade more, and if you are going to take real trades, you need to be taking single contract plays. So if you do understand the system, that's great. That's great. Now it's about further understanding it, getting more used to it, getting that muscle memory, being able to react the same way to the same call-outs, to the same signals appearing on your chart. So mental trading, taking single contract plays. I'm not joking about the staircase method, guys. It is the best at helping anyone grow with any type of strategy, any type of psychological barrier they're dealing with. I swear, the staircase method is everything. Like, at first sight, at first hearing it, you don't think about it like that. But what is the staircase method? You take your entry, you take it to the first target, bam, you're done with the play. You can mental trade the rest of that, pretend you have other contracts, that's great. Moving on, let's say you get into 3 contracts, you take 2 of them at the first target. Try to see where you can get that last contract. It's just really working yourself to a further target step by step by step over time. But how long are these steps? People think, oh, I'll get into taking single contract plays and I'll take it to the first target. I'll get really good at this. And I'll tell them, do that for months. Try to do it for almost half a year. Do it as long as you can, until you feel the growth, till you feel you've actually, progressed. And a lot of the time, those people take that, and at first they do exactly what I said. But then they go off course. They instantly go off course after, some of them a couple days, some of them a couple weeks. I've yet to see a lot of people take it multiple months yet. But it is almost always the time those people that practice multiple months that grow the most. And I'm not joking. Stop rushing. Stop being antsy. Stop being, I always tell my friend Peoples, stop being antsy. Stop rushing things. This is your biggest problem. It has nothing to do with the system. It almost has nothing to do with you. You're just too energetic. You're too antsy. And sometimes that's okay. That's great. It's great to be energetic, but use it to your advantage. Don't just jump into everything that moves. And this is a lot of the time what I see people do is they'll break down their chart. They'll zoom in too much. In his case, it was going down to the 1 minute. In other people's cases, it's only looking at the 30 minute. It's like, why aren't you zooming down at all? Like, you're only looking at bigger time frames. What are you doing? Which is, again, that's okay. It's a perfect common mistake. But it's just something you learn over time. And through that staircase method, why I say that, is you'll learn about a lot of these things, about yourself, about how you react to certain things. Because, what might have worked for me might not work for you. And how long it took me might not take you that long. It might take you longer. You might be a lot faster. Who knows? So that's why the staircase method is the best, because it makes you go one step at a time. And each step is months of time. It's not like you get into taking these trades and within a week you should be already moving on to step 2 where it's like, all right, now I'm taking 3 contracts. Like, no, how the hell do you see that it's cool enough to go to 3 contracts when you haven't even built the confidence to trade 1 over time, repetitively, consecutively, consistently? So that's really my biggest thing. Take your time. Seriously. Like, I think a lot of you guys beat yourself up too quick, and then I go look at your trades, I'm like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, you look smart to me. Like, how are you messing up? I look back at y'all's stuff. I'm just like, I'm confused, really. Because I'm like, damn, these are like some really, really good entries. And then some of y'all's exits just don't make sense. I'm like, what are y'all going for here? Like, some of them are just greedy. Some of them I can tell y'all are aiming for just unrealistic things. And then some of them just don't work out. And then I feel like you get these mixed results and you start to just blame everything on one thing. And that's totally fine, but you just need to step back and realize what you're doing. And I'm not really getting onto Peoples or Ace or anybody in chat. We're all gonna make these mistakes. That's one of my biggest problems when I started out, and still to this day, is being greedy. It's hard to not take a trade knowing at any point in time I could take a trade and catch an amazing amount of opportunity, an amazing gain, an amazing trade. But you got to remember, at the other hand, though, anybody can do that. Anybody can click on the chart randomly and buy or sell. Anybody can do that. So don't get so, don't get demotivated because somebody else, or don't feel so shit on when somebody else posts a big gain, but you're doing better than them. You're progressing more than them. That you're smarter than them. That's okay. It's not about IQ, for one. But two, don't get unmotivated because you see someone else doing good just because you're not doing good. But you know you've been working your ass off. You know what you're looking at is really good. It's just because you're hitting a bump. That's okay. You know, but don't let that be another factor into why you should stumble further. By the way, even with this pullback, we're just still at square one. But we are finally seeing more bearish continuation. The big concern was if we hit 451.50, do we slow down? And there you guys go. Everyone go into the Discord chat and type 451.50. Hit me with it on trade floor. 451.50. 451.50. Do it. Do it. The people need to know. Yes. 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 Oh, here we go. We got a smart ass. Heard it here first. There's Rambo. Whoa! Hella mid hype man coming through. Alright, thank you guys. I love each and every one of you. You guys are seriously the fucking greatest group of people I've ever met. Thank you, Rambo, keeping the positive vibes. Look at that. Sticks up. Bro, hold up. Replace Jean-Claude Van Damme in Bloodsport with Rambo from that era. Bam. I just pissed off a few people, probably. Yo, good stuff, guys. That's what I like to see. And where was our first sign of slowdown, guys? The inside bar. It was invalidated within 5 minutes of forming it. Made that new high, and then what? Then they got that lower open, and they dumped. So was this the first just sign of dump? No. They did give us a sign of slowdown at a good level, right? We're all in agreement with that? We hit a slowdown at a good part of the chart. Look where that inside bar popped up. The perfect spot. Look where that new high went but couldn't surpass. So yes, they invalidated the short-term slowdown, but I mean, is this aggressive selling really coming from nowhere? No. And was it the first slowdown? Also no. This is what gets people into better parts of their trades. These are the small things that people start to learn over time, develop over time, that gets them into the better part of the chart before most people. A lot of the best trades are taken before sentiment is even changed. Go back to this one, and then we'll go back to this for that. Sandollar, I just saw your response too. Thank you, Sandollar. Thank you, Oranix. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Thank you, Chem. Thank you, JC Invest. Thank you, Betty. Thank you, Queen Sylvia. Thank you, D-Touch. Thank you, Spicy Pepper. Thank you, Timmy. Thank you, Fitz. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Daffy. Thank you, Big Griff. Thank you, Rambo. Hella Mid Hype Man. Green. Charlie. Fantastic John. Sandollar again. Evis. Garden. Dividend. Risen. Fantastic John. That's everybody. Thank you all. Yo, let them know, Mel. Let them know. Let them know. Join the stream and they would know. Let them know, Mel. Preach. Yeah, just done reading trade floor. Fully out. Good job, Hayes. My bad, Mikey said yes, B. Me still at staircase since August 1st. There's up and down, but towards upside. Love it. It's a slow grind up. When in doubt, zoom out. Gap filled time to bounce back. Trimmed and left runner will post soon, or will post on review. Good job, Hayes. I'll check it out here in a minute. I always, even if I don't pull it up on stream, I do make it my daily, I don't know, routine, I guess, to whenever I'm not streaming or I'm not trading or I'm just chilling, I will make sure to sit here for like 30 minutes plus just staring at the trade results channel. Results and review is what it's called. I don't like to call it trading gains or anything, or trading losses. It's just result and review. You know, how did your trade go? Mental, paper, or real trade does not matter to me. I want to see your entry. I want to see your exit. I want to see your reasoning. And try to keep it short and sweet, which Hayes did. A lot of guys in chat did. A lot of really good, clean, just quick and simple updates, examples, which really good reviews. But it's really good for not just you, but other people as well. It's really good for you in the case of, in the future, if you ever need to go back and review, it'll be quick and simple. And then also for anybody who's new, who might not understand our system or the way a lot of us like to trade it, they can quickly get onto it just by seeing some of those reviews. And it's another good thing too, because people, this is just how the human brain works. I'm the same way. You're meant to suspect everything, you know? So as soon as people join in here, they're not really going to take my post as the most verified post ever, because I'm the guy who runs the chat. Okay, I get that. You know, they're not going to believe me. I'm a bullshit artist is what they're going to think. That's great, whatever. But if they see members posting, then it's like, oh shit, okay, this guy's real. You know, these guys are real. These guys are putting on really good trades. They're all trading the same system. These guys all have the same levels, you know, and they're using the same system. That is when it's like, oh, okay, this system works. It's just like that small thing, and it's like a light bulb for them. It's weird. So just letting you guys know, when you do post in chat, you are an impactful person just by posting in chat, even if you don't think anybody's reacting to it or reading it. I promise you, I see the stats of chat. There are thousands of people who read each channel in chat, but there are only a couple hundred that actually actively post and engage. So please keep that in mind. And that's just pure Discord stats. Oh, I messed up the chart. No. Okay. Oil inventory news, great call out by D-Touch. Gorov, are you in stream right now? Gorov and Fantastic John, are y'all both in stream right now? If so, Gorov and Fantastic John, pat yourself on the back. Seriously, that was amazing what you just did, what you just posted. Both of you. Seriously, thank you. It was a genuine thank you from me. Whoa, peoples, whoa. I almost don't have to type in trade floor anymore. Like, dead ass. That was beautiful what was just posted. So what I was looking at, check this out. Oops. What I was looking at was, this is when everyone was spamming 450, 150, or it was after this. And it was Noxta. Noxta was confused on how everyone was like, why is this dropping? You know, and he, this is what I'm trying to get at, though. I'm not trying to get onto him. He said, where did you enter? It was just a straight drop. I didn't really see an entry. This is a negative mindset, because you're just jumping onto Mel for taking puts when it didn't look that good to you. That's okay. Mel is a little bit more aggressive than you are. He's a little bit more aggressive than I am. And then I said it wasn't just a drop. There was a clear slowdown at clear resistance. You know, just kind of pointing out, you know, there's clear information there. And then he said, I won't enter without my entry signal. This is perfect. This is the exact response I wanted from Noxta. Okay, this was a little negative, but this is perfect. I won't enter without my entry signal. That's great. Good. Fuck anything else that isn't your entry signal. Seriously, like, just because everyone's saying, you know, oh, it's dropping, oh, it's dumping, like, that's great, you know, whatever. Maybe they're just more aggressive than you are. You know, so stick to what you practice. But I wanted to give props to was Fantastic John and Gorov, because they both gave him breakdowns, not just saying, well, how'd you not see that? They actually gave him a response, not being negative to him. That's a great answer. And that's what I was wanting to let him know. You know, this is great. That's trading. I wanted him to know, you know, that's okay. It's okay that it left without you, but don't say that it didn't do it without a reason. You know, it did have a reason. It just wasn't as clear to you because that's not how you trade. And that's totally fine. Mel's a lot more aggressive than a lot of us, so of course he was on it. You know, and same thing goes for Fantastic John, Gorov. You know, there were ways of seeing it. I would say that trade popping up there was very high probability. What was it the easiest to see? No. They're never going to be, though. And this is why you have to go through that staircase method. You have to practice trades here and there, because you have to get used to that feeling. You have to get used to, oh, okay, this time it didn't flush through the low. I'm going to just take profits at the low. Oh, this time it made a higher low. I'm going to just take a minimal loss or a minimal win here and then re-enter later, or look at, you know, it's all about doing the same thing over and over and over again, no matter what. It's the same thing in cards and poker and 21 and all this stuff. You know, when you see something pop up, you're instantly like, oh, okay, I want to react this way this time, and then the next time this pops up, I'll react that way. Well, what you just did is F yourself, because now you've opened up 2 more doors of opportunity. It went from, well, I can either win or lose, to, well, I can win or lose half now or win or lose half later. Now you've just given yourself 2 more routes. It's not just one scenario now. You know, so you need to consistently do the same thing every single time something happens. So it approaches this, it holds a higher low. You used to cut your losses, but you're looking to try and hold it, you know, then you do that now. You do that consistently. Don't change around your rules left and right. Stay consistent. Keep the variables the same thing. But I wanted to go over that because Noxta kind of led that into that example. I thought that was really cool. That should help him as well as other people, because Noxta is the one asking the questions and shit on the trade floor, and of course I'm like getting onto him and saying stuff to him all the time, but at least he has the balls to approach trade floor and ask these questions, you know, openly, because he wants to grow. He doesn't care about ego or how his pride is or any of that bullshit. He's just looking to grow. He's looking to learn, and that's great. That's how everyone should be. It shouldn't be about, oh, do I look cool while doing it? You know, it's not about that. Yo, good job, Hayes. I was looking over your review. I feel like I'm reading a Leland trade, man. Good job. That's a compliment. Where'd you come from, Hayes? Did you come from a different chat, or did you just randomly start trading and you stumbled upon us? Where'd you come from, though? As you can tell, I don't care if you're a member or not. I react to anybody. I just like talking to good traders. Who trade price action, price history. I'm not really looking for people who are trading 65 indicators on their screen. So I like the style you trade. It looks very clean. Trading makes sense to me. I can instantly pick up on what you're putting down. Oh, you're from D-Touch. Okay, well that explains your high quality personality then. D-Touch only knows amazing people. Well, glad to meet you, Hayes. Glad to have you here. I was reading over a lot of your trades the other day, too. Thought you were interesting. Well, I'm glad you're here, man. I hope you stay for a while. Regardless of the streams or the Discord or anything, I hope you stay within the community for a while. Looks like you have a lot of value to add to that channel. So I hope you continue making amazing trades, man. Seriously, love your reviews. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I don't care if Hayes gets a membership. I'm just glad to have a great trader in chat. Like, dude's already trading like we are. He doesn't need a membership. He can just keep trading. And now he has a bunch of group of people who trade just like him to talk to. Who aren't going to sit here and pressure him to do this or that. He can keep doing what he's doing. XLB taking a huge dump due to the bill they are trying to pass. Good call out by Daffy, giving us information on the possibility on why healthcare was taking such a nasty dump. Good call out. Wow, I just noticed you guys got me over 60 likes. Thank you guys again. We only asked for 50, so I appreciate that a ton. Thank you guys for the heavy amount of support. You guys are always hooking me up. You're good, Hayes. Funny how you just made a video yesterday on the inside bar. I know, man. It's crazy. I need to go post that. I need to go re-download it and post it because my brain, see, the way it works, it doesn't work like other people's where like it works and actually does things. My brain loves to go backwards. So yesterday when I finished that stream on Kick, my brain was like, these videos will automatically go to YouTube. I have no problem. and then I downloaded them, cut them from my own footage. I didn't even take it from Kick. I had to take it from my own recorded footage. And then I put that into Discord. And then in my head, I was still like, these are going to go to YouTube magically, you know, and I have no clue why. And then this morning I was looking at YouTube and I was like, damn, where are my videos? I don't know why I keep doing that. But today, after the stream ends, like literally right after the stream ends, I'll post the spy update, and then I'll go and I'll add those videos to the YouTube channel. $50? We need 100. You know me, man. I like to aim low. Aim small, miss small, am I right? But no, Darren's right, though. We should get 100. So here on the 5-minute, you still have a Lee test going on. Now, I will say this, though. The bulls have shown up. You are still at support. So, like I said, you're still bullish until 448.90s breaks for short-term move. And then 448.30s is really where you want to short under. But positioning-wise, we have had a breakout, a slowdown at a good spot, 451.50s, and now you have what almost looks like a bear flag to the downside, but at the same time, you're at support, so it really is 50-50 right here. So keep looking for maintained rejection of 450.25. It's just a good short-term level to look at for bears to keep control under. And then for bulls, look to see do they hold 448.90s. So you have a really good short-term area to look at. But right now, Lee test is still valid. You're still rejecting very good areas. What was the second video, Evis? Why can't I think of it? It was only like a minute. Oh, that's what it was. That's why I can't think of it. The second video I did was just a breakdown of what SPY was doing into today and what we were going to look at today. That's why I'm not remembering that one. All right, so I only have one video to upload after this stream. It's the Inside Bar Doji video. And then there's a couple other topics within that video. It's just under 7 minutes. But that video covers a ton of amazing info. So maybe I'll make that public today. I don't really care about the views, so I guess I will just post it publicly. See if there's any big news. So let's see the news for today. We already read all that. Saudi Arabia, blah, blah, blah. Saudi Arabia is expected to prolong the oil cut into October. Strengthening of oil prices. Money markets price in a 50% chance of a 25-point ECB rate hike in September from around 60% earlier in this session. ECB, by the way, is basically the European Fed. And then the draft outcome, private sector economy. Okay, we already read that earlier too. S&P 500 strengthened, dollar weakened, oil strength, and that's it. Half of Hong Kong street sleepers have symptoms of PTSD but get little support, survey find. Yeah, they probably don't have money to help everybody. China, though, on the other hand, I wonder. Why is that on my equities newsfeed? Here we go. Here's some real news. Analyst ratings for Domino's Pizza. This is what I want to read. They were somewhat bullish. Dude, financialjuice.com is the greatest news source. I'm not even a paid advertisement, I swear. They just are. Hey, Bueller, do you have a calendar with news dates? I just use these two websites, dude, honestly. Everybody, for the longest time, I was part of this crowd, but everybody promotes Econoday, and it is a good, simple website, but they're too slow for me. They don't update this enough. They don't update anything on here. And I don't get next week's until I either pay them or look at next week's on Sunday. I don't feel like waiting until next Sunday to figure out what's next week. Financialjuice.com, on the other hand, I can go to the end of the year and tell you what's happening. So I love this website already. You can edit what news you see. You can edit if you're looking at equities. You can edit what news you're seeing. You can click on these links and go to the actual website. You know, you can go to Benzinga and see this, or you can click on Benzinga, go to just Benzinga feed, you know. So it's like, I don't know why more people don't use this. I wish I would have known about this longer. But this is the website I like to use. And then a new website I found for earnings websites is called Savvy Trader. Savvytrader.com/earnings. This is an amazing website for earnings. The pictures are clear. You can hover over things, get amazing amounts of information. It's just super clean looking. It looks so good compared to Earnings Whispers, which even with their new update, they still look like shit. So yeah, I'm kind of done looking at those websites. I pretty much just check this and Financial Juice now. There is one more thing too. Let me go find it in the chat. This is pretty cool. I got this from somebody on Twitter, but I thought it was interesting. How I've never heard anybody say this before. I've only seen one person talk about this, but check this out. Okay, here it is. Okay, so Bloomberg puts their articles behind a paywall, but their Canadian website, BNN Bloomberg, has everything free to view. If you search the Bloomberg headline and add BNN Bloomberg at the end of it, it should show up free to view. Here's a link to their latest headlines in which you can refresh throughout the day. So you see how I have BNN Bloomberg there? Click it. Now, if this didn't have that in there, I wouldn't be able to see any of this. There'd be a paywall here. But you can go through that and you can look at it all because they don't charge people in Canada for, you know, bullshit advertisements on the screen. But those are 3 websites I love to use and that are actually helpful. But I hope that helps you out, Matt. How did you learn to trade and how long have you been doing this? Not long enough. Check out the channel, though. Workshop number 11 will give you a good insight on how to get started. Alexis said, range inbound between 377 and 373. Don't get caught up in the middle on the triple Qs, QQQ. And then Florida Trader, glad to hear you're okay, man. I actually asked about a couple people from Florida this morning, so I'm glad to hear you're here, too. But he said, all is well for me here in Florida with the hurricane. I took SPY 451 calls at the open for a 90% winner and took 450 puts with the bearish engulfing reversal candle at 10:15 a.m. for a 130% gain. This is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. Look at Florida Trader. Using the system, does it on the, didn't need me, didn't need you guys, did it on their own. Still shows up, gives recognition, still shows up, does the review. Round of applause for Florida Trader. They said, good luck today, everyone. See you tomorrow. Got to clean up hurricane debris now. Another great stream here. I'm enjoying the stream as I trade. Thank you. Great job, Florida Trader. Thank you for just using this as a resource. Everybody, shout out to Florida Trader. And honestly, I'm more than anything, I'm just glad to hear you're okay. Glad to hear the hurricane didn't do anything super, super crazy. I'm glad to hear you're alive. Really, that's the most important thing. But yeah, I hope there's not too much debris there for you. That sucks that there's a bunch of trash everywhere. Round of applause to Florida Trader there, guys. Really glad to hear he's okay. And look at that. Went through a hurricane, still had the positive mindset to take actual trades today. Beautiful, beautiful example of an actual trader. See, all credit to him. That person does not need me. That person does not need any of this. You know, that person uses the system, but now doesn't need us. You know, can go. I could drop dead tomorrow. I'm not trying to be depressing, but I could drop dead tomorrow. I could be 100% confident in my afterlife that Florida Trader will survive. Not the hurricane, of course. The hurricane he's already passed. The markets, the stock market, the true hurricane of finance. But seriously, that's what I want to see. Self-sufficiency. I don't want sheep. I want leaders. That's what I want to see. That is the diamond in the rough. Florida Trader will be 1 in 100. There will be thousands of people that come by. He will be one of the few that, you know, gets to keep doing this stuff over time. Lead test invalidated, by the way. They broke over the halfway point. You do still have the golden pocket to fight off. But I will say this. Good short-term recovery by bulls here. They didn't just do it out of nowhere. They caught support at a good area on the 15-minute, the 1-minute, and the 5-minute. And now we're picking up with good buying pressure. You have an hammer with a wick underneath, an inside candle, and then you have a green print invalidating over the control point, possibly showing us more buying pressure showing up. So you could see they're trying to keep us in range as anticipated today. I look into Trade Floor and the first message I see is Fantastic John. He said, I wouldn't survive without you. Yes, you would, man. You'd do great without me. You'd have to make me proud. I'd be in the afterlife looking down on you or looking up at you, depending where I went. And yeah, I'll always be looking at you. Always be looking over you, man. Trade as if I'm right next to you, man. Just hear my many complaints of the different things you're possibly doing. Or compliments, you know, try to remember positive me as well. Yin yang. Yo, Noxed is on it. Called out the lead test invalidation, called out the rule of 3 on Nvidia. Fantastic John with Russell Crowe. Yo, what movie is that? That's not Pope's Exorcist. That's a different movie. I don't know what movie that's from. Russell Crowe, though, that's a goated actor. Who's some of y'all's favorite actors? I'm sure you don't have an actual favorite. It's kind of hard to have one favorite. But who are some of y'all's favorite actors or favorite movies with those actors? Yeah, that's Russell Crowe. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, Russell Crowe is getting there. Let's look up. How old is he? I don't want to call him old. But I mean, he's been making movies for a minute, though. Russell Crowe is 59 years old. Okay, so he's almost 60. Okay, fair enough. But, I mean, damn, Gladiator's been out for, what, 23 years now? B with watching with the Wall Street Ghost. I watched Pope's Exorcist. My girl last night. It was really good. Yeah, I watched it as well. That movie's really good. At first, you're thrown off. You're like, damn, is this going to be bad? And then it keeps going, and you're like, oh, okay, never mind. You get like a fat sigh of relief. Like, okay, it's actually really good. Yeah, no, I enjoyed that movie too. Correct. Bull's not done. That green bullish engulfing candle was the reversal candle for a bounce to the upside. Look at him go. Look at him go. My wife, Jennifer Lawrence. You wish. Bale, respect. Leonardo DiCaprio, another great answer. Thanks for the stream, Bueller. Always love tuning in and learning. You too, Matt. Thank you for being here, man. Appreciate you. Joaquin Phoenix. Yeah, that's a pretty insane actor. He's almost more than an actor. I put him at almost like, what's his name levels. Been streaming for almost 2.5 hours. Got over 60 likes on the stream. You guys are seriously incredible. Thank you guys again. I could not do it without you guys. Definitely appreciate the support. I know that we have a limited audience, but that's what we want. We don't want 1,000 guppies in here. We want 100 leaders. 100 leaders is always going to be a billion times more powerful than having 1,000 followers. So remember that, guys. If you're a part of this channel, you're not a follower. We don't do that shit here. Val Kilmer. Ooh, that's a good answer. All right, none of y'all had any weird answers, so I'm happy about that. There was no weird actors said out loud. I was really waiting for y'all to say some people I've never heard of, but everybody said some pretty good answers. Bale was probably my favorite answer. I'm a pretty big Bale fan. I like Russell Crowe a lot too because he's in a lot of really good OG movies. Mel Gibson, I'd probably put Mel Gibson up there. Gerard Butler, yes, dude. Gerard Butler is a beast. I love Gerard Butler. One of my top 10 favorite movies of all time is Law Abiding Citizen. I love that movie. Gerard Butler is the GOAT. See what I'm saying, though? It's hard to say you like just one actor. Like, you say one actor and you think of 5 more, and you're like, oh my god, I love that guy. Liam Neeson. See, there you go. You can't hate Liam Neeson. You literally can't hate Qui-Gon Jinn. Johnny Sint. Oh my god, what did I literally said that name out loud. I can't believe you. This dude, Dividend Bull, I swear. Tom Hanks, there you go. Tom Hanks, great answer. I'd yell Wilson right now, but I'm not going to. Golden Pockets still holding on Lee test. This is your further out level. So right now you don't want to just take one hit against it. You want to look for a lower high against the Golden Pocket now that they've reached the further retest point. It's weird that you say that, Sandollar. Like, I swear you have access to my computer. I just saw that movie, too, to see if it was good. At first, I didn't like it, because it looked kind of, like, stereotypical, a little cringe, but then it kept going, and I was like, alright. It got a little bit better. That is definitely not one of Gerard Butler's best movies, though. But I did like it. It wasn't as bad as I intentionally, or initially thought. Brad Pitt, there you go. Nobody said Brad Pitt yet. Okay, Jack. Really depressing answer. But good answer. He said wish Paul Walker was still around. It did start slow, but it was worth finishing. Facts. No, it was good. It was good. Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, all these snakes on this MFN plane. What I'm typing in chat is the picture right here. I said another great example, or another good example of the golden pocket working instead of the control point after the more aggressive pullback. Again, after you get, I mean, because I think we all can agree. Did this break anything? No, but it was aggressive. I think we can all agree on that. It was very quick, right? So what is expected then of a retest away from this? Now, I'm not even saying this one worked. I'm not even saying that, so don't even cut me off there. But guys, think logically for a second. Does it make sense for us to do the quicker retest or the more passive retest after an aggressive pullback? You get this aggressive move, doesn't it make sense that we should take more time to go and test the not as aggressive retest? Yes. Are you always going to get a move from the more aggressive retest here? No. They already had the aggressive pullback. Do they have to continue this trend of having an aggressive pullback again? No. In my opinion, at least, I feel like it's logically speaking, it makes sense that they want to go test the thing that needs to be tested more. The sellers need to show their hand here more to say, hey, we're in control. We're definitely dumping this. But they can't just do it in one go. So they have to do it over the course of testing multiple things, whether that's hitting the support, hitting the control point, dumping from there, hitting this, going to the golden pocket, dumping from there, hitting the golden pocket, not dumping, just maybe going to support and catching. There's so many variations that could happen here. But I just feel like it makes sense that if you get an aggressive pullback like this, that you do probably see a lot more time go by and you test this, or not a lot of time goes by and you test this, and then you dump more. So it just makes a little bit more sense. Still chopping inside bar from the 10:15 candle. Oh, you're in a different time zone. I was like 10:15. I was like, how the hell are you how are you beating me? 9:15. Oh, using the 15-minute candle. I'm sorry. That's not what you meant. You meant the 15-minute candle. Okay. I got what you're saying. Thank you, Mikey. That's actually very helpful. And then Yves also said, now a lower high with lowering volume. Mel, what'd you say? Tell Knox it's an 80% entry. I mean, Knox of all people should know what an 80% entry is. I don't think I need to explain that to him. Didn't get filled for anyone. Hey, totally fine, Hayes, if you don't get filled. Totally fine. I think you said you were... Or maybe that's someone else I'm thinking of. 2 out of 3 or something. I had to stop what I was doing to agree that Law Abiding Citizen is a great movie. It's one of the best movies, dude. I can always instantly picture that scene where he's like in the prison cell and he's like basically asking them to get him steak because he's like got all this information. He's like, "Yo, go give me the steak from this really, really nice place." I can't tell you how like vivid that steak scene is to me. It's not the eating part that gets me. Like, it's from the eating to the end of that scene. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but the movie's great, and it makes me want steak and macaroni. That movie's crazy. Why are movies so good at that? Movies, cartoons, animes. Why are these things so good at making like weird foods look so good? Like, they just make them so like aesthetically pleasing. I don't know what it is about movies and shows, but they're so good at that. Like, anytime you think of a show or a movie, you try to think of like a food or something, you're like, damn, that did sound kind of good, or that did look really good from that show. It's wild. Triple Q's found support at the 375.41. We need to see this breaking and holding 376.38 for a possible retest of 377 resistance. Good update by Alexis, and I like that too because he's still covering both sides. Got an invalidation point. I like that. Like I said the other day, I would not be surprised if we just jumped into this yellow area and then range traded. And so far, for the first hour and a half of market open, that is true. That is all we've done. We opened up higher. We even hit the 451.50s and we slowed down. But see what I talked about as of Tuesday market close? This right here, I would say, was the big help. I could see a lower open tomorrow, but that is okay. Bulls have room to work with. You can see they opened higher. This gives them even more room to work with. So that's a great thing to see. I can't sneeze. It won't come out. And we are still seeing this lead test work. Still waiting to see. I mean, they invalidated the control point. They re-helped it back out by rejecting the golden pocket. Now we're looking for a lower high. Technically, if you wanted to be a weirdo, you could go from here to here. And if it's still rejecting the golden pocket control point between those two areas, that's where you want to get your short. But I'm not trying to teach you guys how to confuse yourself more with an extra fib. But that is exactly how you would draw the lower high of the lower high, if that makes sense. That is essentially what you're drawing by doing that. But I don't want to confuse anybody. Because that is a little bit extra. But just a cool thing to think about if you ever see, you know, like a drop here and then you see another one here, like on the 5 minute, then you can technically draw that. And if you have another rejection of that, then you know you're in a really good trade because you're essentially grabbing the lower high of the lower high. But I don't want you guys to look at that and be like, well, that's just too many lines. Because it's not about the lines, it's about positioning. Dark cloud cover on the 1 minute right there, good call out. They are holding the control point on the 1 minute now, as well as the 5 minutes, so they keep jump roping this. You can see they broke it here, couldn't get past it. Broke it here, couldn't get past anything. Broke it here. Are we maybe going to finally get this? You know, so it's like the Bulls are like slowly trying to take control, because you can see they have a higher low from here on the 5 minute. Nothing but higher lows on the 1 minute. The 15 minute does show a pullback, does look ugly, but again, we have to remember we're above really good support still. So you do still have that possibility of buyers stepping in, but there is a definite battle happening around the control point here, around 450 flat. Nobody seems to have control of it, so it seems like a great time to chill out. Looking at the other tickers, I'm going to say we go up more. That's what Jack said. You're looking at a bunch of weights, I'm assuming. Mel sees a 3-bar on the 15 minute. You are correct, Mel. So far, that is a 3-bar. It is still setting up, but yes, you are correct. They have the same has the same open of the green candle before, so it has a flat top. And you want to see this red candle here hold 50% of this candle to make that a 3-bar. So far, yes, it is, but you do still have about 3.5 minutes left. 3 minutes left, not 3.5. 3 minutes flat. So possible 3-bar in the 15 minute. You still have a 1 and 5 minute lead test possibly playing out. So you can see, guys, we're indecisive. You don't have stacking bullish or bearish odds. You have both. So we're indecisive right now. So a lot of your signals right now are not going to be as high probability. So be very careful. Again, that's really just a big flag to you saying, hey, trade light risk if you are going to trade. It isn't saying just be bullish or just be bearish. No, just trade light if you are going to. We knew before today started, today's movement was very low probability. Let's see what Discord's saying. Nvidia back to 500 so the big boys don't lose money. Good looks, Rambo. I see you. Love to see the planning. I love that you had both sides ready too. Sold my Apple longs, guys. Looking for another entry later when we get this slight pullback on SPY. What I'm looking at. Good looks, good looks. That's what I like to see. See, I know that if I died tomorrow, I wouldn't have to worry about Rambo. Rambo's gonna be good. He might be a little sad, but he'll be good on the market. That's what I want to see, guys. Holding the control point. Look at Sandeller sent in premium chat. Holding the control point. Like the golden pocket works for me more than not. No, that's good, Mel. That's how it's supposed to be. The golden pocket should work more than the control point, if that makes sense. Because that's where, I mean, it might not happen as fast, but that is where more of them are going to work, because that's more of your invalidation point than the halfway point is. The halfway point is just a good kind of early on level to see. I would say your more earlier retest happen here. Your more aggressive pullbacks, your more passive pullbacks that are a lot more calculated, a little bit more time consuming, but are almost a lot of the time your more powerful pullbacks over time happen from there. I would definitely agree with that. And that just makes sense logically, too. What is logic? Need to lose the open price. Exactly. No, Mel's 100% on that. Because the open price is the pivot point. It's the pivot. See? Mel, another person. I could die tomorrow. Mel would be totally fine. He gets a lot of the basic rules. He gets a lot of the detailed, in-depth rules behind the system. You know, things you kind of pick up on as you start to trade it more. It's not really like there's like a set stone rule list or anything. But yeah, that's what I like to see. Leaders stepping up. We're not like other groups. We don't do that shit. We're not a bunch of sheep in here. We pick each other up, we grow. Over time, too. There's no such thing as, oh, we need to rush this, we need to hurry. Nothing good comes from rushing the process. So why even bother? Oh, Jack, I thought you were on my page. Maybe I was a page ahead of you on your own play. I figured you were messing with me earlier, and you were like, when are we entering? Because you said, wait, we already talked about this. Need a pullback first, take profit, then re-enter here. I was on that mindset when you said that earlier. I was reading from your post yesterday. I didn't even look at it yet either. I was just going off your post. That's funny. Watching the 9 on multiple time frames for a break or a hold, says Mike. Good call out, Mike. Always happy to see you, man. Hope you're doing good. Fast learners do, but too aggressive, lol. F, it's like it's halted. Yeah, price action is very slow right now, and I think it's because you're seeing a transfer of power. You have people slowly changing sentiment, people slowly changing what side of the trade they're on. And when I say people, I mean everyone, like big money, us, everybody. Everybody's changing sentiment right now on these smaller time frames. People are starting to probably turn more bullish right now. And the question remains, is this a fake out? Do we make a lower high right here under 450.60 and reject? This could send us back down to the opening print at 449.45. If not, though, they get over golden pocket. We could see high of day. We could even see a new high of day. There's no telling. Go to the 30-minute. See the 30 minutes all over the place. Pump, dump, pump, potential hammer. But this has 11 more minutes to go on that candle. And this candle just closed a few minutes ago, and it did form a hammer. So really seeing, does the buying pressure remain above 450? And if so, then we should still be short-term bullish to the high of day. Anything past that, we need to see more confirmations on. But I hope a lot of that makes sense moving forward, so we're all on the same page. I'll move this back to the other... We'll just leave it like that. So bigger time frame chart, and then we'll come to this one with the smaller time frame levels. But yeah, I drew a trend line on SPY on the 1 minute from August 30th to today's price action. 450.50 is the key for bulls. If it breaks, I'm waiting for the retest. Okay, good looks, good looks. I like that you went back a few days too. On the 1 minute from... Oh, that's yesterday, right? August 30th of this year. If you posted it, let me know. I'll just go look in the chat and I'll see where it's at. Alexis. Okay, thank you, Alexis. I see you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Here, I'll show it on stream too, for anybody who was wondering what Alexis was talking about. This is where he drew his trend line. When you said August 30th to today, I went down at the bottom of my screen. I was like, wait, today's the 30th. So I was wondering if you meant this year. He did though. I'm just dumb. Good looks. Oh, I wanted to pop my neck. Still lower high. Mel's poots are still valid until we see a break over 450.65. Nvidia slowing down. Good call up by Mike. 45.10 is like a wall, Mel said. I know we can rely on trend lines all the time, but it helps me. No, you're good. I didn't even comment on it because I could tell that wasn't your only focus. It's when it's your only focus that it's a problem. I've seen people focus on just trend lines, and I've seen them go crazy. Because if you only trade on trend lines, you will go crazy because there's just too much perspective. One day you're bullish, the next day you're the most bearish investor ever, the next day you're bullish again. It's like, what the hell's going on, man? These trend lines are throwing you off. But if you use trend lines just for simple breaks, retests, simple information, that's totally fine. You're never going to see me complain about that. That's why I didn't say anything. I could tell you were a lot more focused on other... You haven't even mentioned trend lines till just then, too. You were mentioning levels, actual detailing, plans. So I can tell you're not theoretically focused on just that trend line. And that's a great thing. I do see a lot of people do that, though. They'll get into a very weird part of the chart because of it, too. Adapt, that's all, exactly. See if we get that flush here, or if they're going to keep range trading, ruin a bunch of premium. And then we'll get the move when nobody's getting in it. Long, we long, short, we short. I am the worst trader long, but look at yesterday. Dump it for my boy Mel. My boy Mel's hungry. Here, Mike, I got you. I'll change to the 30-minute. Okay, let's make it impossible to see. There we go. They exited the control point again, and they broke under 450.25. Could see some selling pressure pick up if they do not retake that area again. Keep that in mind. Mel doing the bear dance right now. Still have 3 minutes till the 30-minute candle closes. I would say that's your ultimate confirmation right now, because you are pretty much fighting to see, is that a 3-bar play to the upside, or is that a reversal candle? Another recent low. See if it's a higher low, if they are wanting to pull away from that resistance or not. Bell was playing bear sounds in the background, trying to manifest this dump. He's like sitting in his room, like with like an actual bear call, and a bear comes through his window. That's funny. Yeah, in progress, like Mike said. Rejecting and in progress. Nice wick up again. Still under the level. Alright, well, I'm going to post this in the trade floor for everyone to watch. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream. I am going to step away, finally. But we've been streaming for just about 3 hours. Pretty much streamed a little bit before I normally do on my streams. But almost 3 hours in. Covered a lot in pre-market, SPY, bigger and smaller time frame. Covered a lot of information with the weights today, as usual. But a lot of really good TA here, guys. I hope you guys have been taking a lot of the information I've been going over, especially this week and last week. I mean, I've been trying my best to break things down a little bit differently, just to see if the reiteration helps anybody else. But again, guys, thank you guys again for today's stream. I can't thank you guys enough for the support on the channel, the videos, everything else. I'm gonna go thank everyone for the stream on Twitter and Discord, and then I'm gonna go post that video on YouTube. So I'll make sure to make that public for everybody. So be on the lookout for that link if you did not catch the kick stream yesterday or the breakdown. But I will post that here very shortly. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Thank you guys again. Again, right now you're looking to see, do we get over 450.60s? If so, buyers can take back over. If we get a dump under 450.20s, 450s basically, then we can see, does 449.50 hold? Does 449 hold this little blue area here? Which we can look for more confirmation moving forward. So we'll see. Does all this hold? Does all of it fail? Does all of it just range trade? Which again, range trading would be the highest probability scenario. So I'll see you guys again later. And then on the bigger time frame, one more second. You're looking to see, do we stay inside of the yellow area, or can we get past this, hold it as support? And remember, we have a bullish short-term bottom. We have a potential area to go retest. So technically, there's room from here all the way to here for bulls to drop and hold support. So just remember that moving forward. But I'll see you guys again in the next stream. Thursday, tomorrow, you should have the Discord stream with Devin in the morning. If not, then I'll be here. And then end of day, we'll see if I do another kick stream. If not, then I'll be working with someone to try and get those swing streams going for next week. But I hope you guys enjoy a lot of the information. I'll see you guys later on. Thank you guys again. Can't thank you guys enough. And yeah.